All right, let's talk about what I'm wearing. Look how cute I look, right?
Well, it seems like, have you dressed for an occasion?
Yeah, can you everybody just totally take me in? Look, do you see who's, it's my Drew Barrymore. Look at this, all on me. And I know, Drew, it's a look that's really raising eyebrows. For those of you at home who are jealous right now, don't be, because you can get yours right now at Guess stores and Guess.com right now. Drew, look at you.
I know, like this is my face all over this jacket and these jeans, but it's such a cool interpretation. I really have to give it up to Guess. This was a campaign I did with them in the 90s, hence the eyebrows. And it's a partnership between a company called Pleasures, an LA streetwear brand, and Guess. And this photographer, Wayne Mazer, and I, and this model, Werner, he is like the German James Dean.
Oh, hi.
Look, no, you don't understand. He would walk in the room and we'd all just be like, there he is, German James Dean.
Oh my, look, Drew, do you remember kissing? Do you remember? Love?
You know, I tried so hard to get him to pay me attention outside of his job.
Yeah.
But he never, like, I never saw him out with, like, he just was this unattainable god.
Yeah, well, you're not so bad yourself. I mean, look, I've always said you had good genes, but literally.
Oh, Rossi.
Come on, that's why I'm here.
You.
All right, Drew, we got to talk about this. You know, even in a pandemic, people are out there right now. They're figuring out how they can date. And now on Refinery 29, they report there's a new trend called apocalypsing. This is dating during the age of COVID. A survey of 2,000 singles found that people are getting real serious, real quick. They're deciding, like, it's hard to meet somebody, I'm gonna meet you, and we're just gonna rush this in and make it happen. They're moving so fast that the fears are they're overlooking some red flags, because it feels like, because the world's gonna end, they're just gonna fast forward it and snuggle. What do you think about this?
Well, I think that swiping was too sort of like dismissive. Like, there's so many fish in the sea, the grass is greener, I'm just gonna keep looking, and I do think a lot of good candidates went by the wayside. This might be too impulsive, but I think maybe it's gonna land in the pretty little middle, which is maybe people just need to take more risks and see things through and give it a chance and a try. And I feel like we've just been in such extremes for so many years. I really do believe in that pretty little middle, and you do have one life, and you can always get out of it and just be willing to take those risks. So maybe this is really a good thing.
You know what, I'm so glad to hear that. I thought you were gonna be like poo-poo this idea, but I actually think, you know, relationships are really tested in stressful situations, right?
Yep.
So if you meet somebody and you can survive a pandemic with them, maybe there's really something great there.
You know, a lot of us like to wake up next to somebody, Ross.
It's not the worst thing in the world.
It's certainly not. But should it be your dog?
Well, now that's the question, and I know we want to talk about this.
Well, The Atlantic is asking, is it okay for your dog to sleep in your bed? And the writer says, sure, it's hairy and gross. And her dog has puked on her duvet twice, so I think she knows what she's talking about. Yeah. And but she loves it, and she says it doesn't ruin your sleep. And a study found that women who slept with their dogs reported more restful nights than those even slept with humans or cats. So, Ross, I know this is a thing for you. Yeah. Let's get into it. You've got 3 dogs.
I do. I have 3 Chihuahuas that look at my 3 Chihuahuas. All combined, they add up to 1 real dog. Look how small they are. But you know, I sleep with them in the bed every single night, which was great when I was single, right? Because you know, they're like a little alarm system, right, built in. But then I got, you know, in a relationship. It's been a year now, and it was there's a brand new no dogs in the bed rule, and if I break that rule, I'm thrown in the doghouse. So, come on, throw me a bone. I'm trying to really unleash these dog puns, but it was a thing where my partner put his foot down and said, no, like the bedroom needs to be special. It needs, you know, and I have to tell you, I do sleep better without him.
Really?
I really do. I mean, there is something to it. They're waking up in the night, they're jangling their collar. I didn't even realize I was doing it until they weren't there. And by the way, you know, these are rescue dogs. I got them really nice beds. I stopped feeling guilty about after day 2.
You know, how old are they also?
They vary, but I mean, really nice beds, so I didn't feel bad.
You know what? I say put the man first. You're taking great care of the dogs. And listen, nobody wants that eye contact either. Like if you're making out and that dog's staring at you, ew. They can rule the roost of the rest of the house, and I bye.
No guilt. No guilt.
No,
Bye-bye. Sleep tight.
absolutely not. Okay. Now, something I really could have in bed with me.
It's so funny because I know what you're talking about. It's so true. Good transition.
It's Kraft macaroni and cheese. It's my favorite thing. And it's, by the way, if I'm having stress, I totally turn to mac and cheese. It's like I have one in glass, break, for an emergency. And they are launching, Kraft is launching a new recyclable cup so that this orange wonder is going green.
Good for them.
And Fox Business reports that the new fiber-based cup is microwavable, and they promise that every Kraft product will be recyclable, reusable, or compostable by 2025. And I just, if we talk about news you can use, Ross.
Yes.
This is the best day ever.
Well, and I feel like every company, this is the responsible thing. They've got to figure it out. And if just when you thought you didn't love Kraft mac and cheese, you couldn't love them anymore, look what they did for you.
And listen, there is a really cool new thing out, and Ross, you're going to tell me about it.
Well, I actually saw about this. Okay, I know you're a Kraft Deluxe girl through and through, and so I wanted to make sure you saw this. Have you ever, you like the kind with the packet of cheese, right? That's
yes.
the one?
Well, first of all, thank you for asking. I am a whiz girl. I'm fine with the powder milk and butter, although everybody kind of has their own ratio. I hate when it ends up milky and watery. That really peeves me off.
Yeah, I understand.
But no, I'm a full whiz, like aluminum packet girl.
Yeah, the only problem with the packet is sometimes I find, and you guys, we've all been there, that you can't get it all out, right? Well, check this out. It's the latest Mac hack on TikTok. This woman is a genius, and she found out, she cracked the code. Take a look. This is her getting every drop of cheese out of that little packet. Drew, I know you look at her face. I know.
By the way, I'm like the dog at the end of the bed. I'm like,
well, guess what, Drew? Just when you thought today couldn't get any better, look. I have mac and cheese for you right over there, and we can try to do that Mac hack. Yes, girl. See if we can do it. We've opened the cheese packet. You place it here under the lid. There's cooked noodles in here.
So we're putting like the end of the packet under the lid.
You got it. And then put the lid down and now pull it out.
Secure it and then
pull, 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 pull.
Oh my gosh,
pull,
Rossi,
pull.
it's working!
Look
it's
at it. There's nothing left.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, ma'am.